talk about a woman's body, her choice, and that. My question is, if we give a woman the right to opt out of motherhood, should we also give a man the right to opt out of fatherhood and 18 years of child support?
I agree. You don't agree?
No, I don't know.
But if a mom walks into an abortion clinic and says, you know what, I'm not feeling this, and gets an abortion, the dad has no say. How come this mom can't? Let's just say it's a one-night stand, just hypothetical, and the mom comes back to the dad and is like, hey, I'm pregnant. Why can't he opt out if she was able to say, hey, I don't want this baby? It's a double standard.
Well, he could obviously sign his rights away, but he cannot physically.
He can't sign his rights away because he has to pay child support.
I mean,
he is legally bound by child support.
Honest, that's just the way it is.
I know, but do you think it's right?
You can't tell a woman to have an abortion. Like, that's it.
I know, but do you think it's right that a mom can say, I don't want this baby, but a dad never can?
I mean, I just think that's just the way it is.
But do you think it's right? Yes or no?
Gun to your head.
Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, Bahashem Rabakakudash, double honors to elder apostles of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace, love, and blessings also to you sincere laborers, you brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make that call and election sure, and also blessings to you few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm that fellow servant Kanakla coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. This lesson is edifying and exhorting. Okay, as you can see here, as we always go into, this is a result of feminism, man. Double standards at its finest. Okay, and you can clearly see the lady was cornered. She was like, I just think that's how it is, and she tried so many ways to deviate. All right, from the yes or no question. Hey, that's why the scriptures say. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Matthew 5 verse 37 says, but let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. And you see that. She was clearly here, right? Let's play this part again.
Because he has to pay child support. I mean, he is legally bound by child support.
That's just the way it is.
I know, but do you think it's right?
You can't tell a woman to have an abortion. Like, that's it.
I know, but do you think it's right that a mom can say, I don't want this baby, but a dad never can?
I mean, I just think that's just the way it is.
See, I think that's just the way it is. Instead of, hey, let the communication be yea, yea, and nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these cometh evil. And this whole feminism thing, all right, women's rights, women liberation, lady liberty, is evil. And you can clearly see right here. It's not right, all right? A woman can just say, hey, I don't want this baby no more. Go get rid of it, kill it. But a father doesn't have those same rights. Say, hey, I don't want this baby anymore. And if he does, he's put on child support. But a woman has the liberty to just opt out of the whole situation, to literally abort mission. Abort the mission, man. Okay? But you see here, I'm going to play this last part all the way through. She couldn't, her communication. Now you see why the scriptures say, let your yea be yea. That's communication. It's either yes or no. Okay? It's either you like something or you don't. When just simple analogy, if someone say, hey, how's the food? If the food was good, you're going to say, hey, it was good. All right. Unless you're lying. But if the food was good, you're going to say, hey, the food was good. You can like, it was all right. Well, no, you didn't like the food. Either you like it or you didn't. Did you like it? It was all right. No, you didn't like it. Because if you liked it, you would have said, yes, it was good. So simple, straight to the point. All right. So let's play this.
He is legally bound by child support.
That's just the way it is.
I know, but do you think it's right?
You can't tell a woman to have an abortion. Like, that's it.
I know, but do you think it's right that a mom can say, I don't want this baby, but a dad never can?
I mean, I just think that's just
the way it is.
But do you think
You
it's
think
right?
it's right?
Yes or no?
I mean,
Gun to your head.
exactly. And that's pride. That's pride, man. That's pride, because she knows she's on camera and she's trying to defend, the whole feminism ideology of feminism philosophy. All right. But you can see she's cornered. Okay, so let's get to the next precept. This is Jeremiah 31 verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? All right, for the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. So women have more rights than men do. All right, and that's according to prophecy. Why? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, now according to the scriptures, I believe Genesis 3:16. All right, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply Thy sorrow and thy conception, and sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Okay, so that's the order that the Heavenly Father has set. The woman ruling over the man. But in this society, all right, under the wicked rule, under Satan, all right, the physical counterpart of Satan is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man today. Under his rule, okay, even though he swears in on the Bible and calls this a Christian country, a God-fearing country, God bless America, okay, he doesn't abide by these rules. He's a devil. He's the author. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, is the author of confusion, because this brings forth confusion. Okay. Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. All right. Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. All right. There's no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of God. This is not truth nor knowledge of the Heavenly Father. Because the Heavenly Father set an order. All right. And you're supposed to operate off the order that he set, which is why we have all the confusion and the nonsense that we have today. All right, which is why the children, okay, that are of these latest generations, is why they're out of order. All right, unruly. Okay, because your woman, that's why the scriptures say, let wisdom be thy mother. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe that's how it goes. Why? Because your woman is your first teacher. It's like your mother, which is a woman, is your first teacher. All right, she's the closest to you. All right, she teaches you the first things. Then when you begin be born into an adult or a man, okay, that's when your father comes in and teaches you. But your woman is the first teacher. So if the woman is being influenced and she's given more power, all right, she's going to raise the kids up in an ungodly manner. And that's just part of why America will pretty much be destroyed. All right. This is that wine of that wrath of that fornication. Because when you go over to the Middle East, all right, where they're trying to liberate women, give women rights to drive, giving women rights to drive, okay, uplifting the women. So that's that wine of that fornication. We're going right to the point. Let's get it. Revelation 18 verse 3 says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. So the point was, for the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right. And this feminism, that's the part of that wine. Okay. It's part of that wine that these nations, that America pushes out. And really all this feminism, it was to destroy you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay. Because according to the stats, so to say, the data that's collected, the most dangerous was supposed to be the most safest place for a baby to dwell, which is in the womb of a mother. That's the most dangerous place for a baby to dwell. So everything has been completely turned upside down. Okay, the safest place has become the most dangerous place, the womb of a mother. All right, but according to the data, that's the number one deaths of so-called black people, which is the tribe of Judah. That's the number one death of Israelites is abortions. Okay, so giving women rights and liberty, all right, what it has done was pretty much was a failed attempt of depopulation. All right, women rights was a failed attempt of depopulation, because you give the woman rights over the child. So that's part of the wrath of that fornication. And really that was aimed at Jake, which, the scriptures say, the Lord say, Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. So they tried to decrease our numbers. Okay. But the children of Israel shows we are the children of Israel. All right. And so for you women as well. Okay. It goes to show you that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man in his system, they give you so-called rights. You know, you think they're doing a good job for giving you the right to pretty much abort your child. But then they turn around and use that same information against you, okay, and say you're the number one killer of your people. All right, if they were really there to help you, they would do those. They would do abortions in secret. They wouldn't keep track of the numbers. You know, it would be done in secret. Okay, but they're keeping records of all the mass murders that you women bring forth upon our nation through our infants, man. Okay, supposed to be the children, supposed to be the future. But you so-called Israelite women, not you so-called Israelite women, you so-called Black, Latino, Native American women, which are Israelite women. Okay, you're the number one, you know, pretty much the number one death causing, you know, thing to our people, man. You know, if I'm trying to word that correctly, but you cause the most death amongst our people. Okay. So this Exodus 1:7 says, the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. So just talking about Egypt, ancient Egypt. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Okay. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let us deal wisely with them. So this is that secret council pursuant to Psalm 68, feminism, okay, which gives women rights to pretty much kill our kids without consent of the father, okay? But the father doesn't have the right to disown his kid if he don't want to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? But come, let us deal wisely with them. So this is that wise counsel, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and let us get them up out of the land. Okay. So pretty much the children of the Egyptians afflicted the children of Israel, gave them laborers work, grieved them, and then eventually started killing their kids, man, their sons, or attempted to in the beginning. So Esau's failed attempt with feminism, it failed because the Israelites are still waxing mighty, innumerable amount of numbers, counted as the sand of the sea. And the Heavenly Father, okay, is fixing to get rid of this place. That's it, man. You know, no more wickedness. Not much will be allowed anymore, man. You know, even though we know as days go by, things are going to get more wicked, but you know, it's the Heavenly Father. All right, it's just about had it, and he's bound by his prophecies. Okay, so let's get something real quick. We can close out with this. Yep, let's start with this. This is Revelation 18, verse 19. It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships into the sea by reason of her costliness. That's talking about all the merchandise that these other nations, okay, ship here to America, mainly China. It says, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. So in 1 hour, America is going to be destroyed. Okay, thus said the Lord. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. All right. Because the stuff that this child support has put on the men of our people, man. You know, I've heard the horror stories. Me personally, I haven't experienced it yet, you know, but at any point in time, if my woman wanted to, she could act up and put me on child support. But, you know, from suspension of your license to warrants out for an arrest, you know, just completely start garnishing your wages. I even heard horror stories with child support to where the judge asks you how much money you got in your pocket, how much that watch is worth, or how much that chain is worth on your neck. and she makes the officer that's there in the court, she makes him, okay, tell the officer to take the necklace off his neck, take the watch off his wrist, take the money out of his pocket, and pretty much seizes everything you have on you, man. If it has any value, man. Okay, so this place got to go, man. So that, Lord's willing, this is edified. Till next time, say a shalom.